Hi, I'm Ron Ameln from the St. Louis Small Business Monthly, and we're here at the St. Louis Business Expo with Gandhi Ramsaroop from Charter Business. Gandhi, it's great to have you here today.
Thank you.
Tell us what's going on these days with Charter Business.
Well, Charter is active and growing. I'm happy to report that things are moving up and to the right, so to speak. We are growing our teams significantly. If I look back March of last year, we had 2 small teams, and now we have probably about 5 teams collectively throughout the metro area of St. Louis and Missouri and going into Illinois as well. So just a lot of growth, a lot of real strong growth that we're
Yeah, and you were here today speaking with some of our folks at the luncheon, and you mentioned that, Charter is not just giving you HBO and Showtime anymore.
Correct.
You're so much more than that. So tell me about what you guys are doing for businesses.
Yeah, if you have an issue with your HBO, as I was telling you at home, I can't help you. But as it relates to businesses, we're growing out the network and we're expanding our network into all the business communities. Specifically areas like Clayton, Riverport, Earth City, downtown St. Louis, Westport. Frankly, this year alone, we've probably spent about $5 million just to build out our network, and we're really bringing it out to all the business communities and the small and medium-sized businesses as well. So, I think our greatest strength is the fact that we own our own network. We're not reselling the last mile, so to speak, from AT&T or Verizon or whoever the incumbent provider might be. And our greatest challenge, frankly, is just from a construction perspective that we're building out into all these business districts. So it's exciting times, though.
Yeah, and some of the businesses that I've spoken to, the savings they've made by switching to Charter have been really significant. And business owners today are always looking at that budget and trying to figure out ways to slash some of those expenses. So.
Absolutely. I think it's safe to say that, our typical customer is usually saving 25 to 30% off their monthly costs. But even moreover than that, we're enhancing the services at the same time while reducing the cost. So very nice to be able to do that at the same time.
And that's that money drops to the bottom line for a business owner.
It indeed does. It indeed does. Or allows them to reinvest it and kind of reinvigorate their business in a different way.
Yeah. Well, tell me about what's coming in the future with Charter. What type of plans, what type of things are going on?
So for us, 2011 was a great year for us. We increased speeds on the internet packages. Now even on the coax side, we can go up to 100 meg connection. Which I tell people that, and they're like, okay, well, what does that mean? As Netflix puts it, we're really fast in the technical terms.
Right.
We're one of the fastest providers, frankly, if not the fastest provider nationwide. And so, in terms of us, I think that we've won the speed war, so to speak. And so for us now, we're just looking at what can we layer on top of that bandwidth. We're not looking to compete with the Netflixes of the world, the streaming media, the streaming video. If anything, we want to be the enabler of that. We want to be the highway to enable that sort of transportation. So I think for us, really just enabling more gateway type of activity over our connections. But then also as it relates to the phone side, giving people controls over their phone features, frankly, without even being in the office. Things like an online portal that they can log on to, move features, change features. So if they're sick, if the weather's bad, they can't come in the office. So really just adding a lot more features and controls to the customer.
Now you've worked over the years for some other competitive folks. Tell me about this experience with Charter. You've been there now for several years. Tell me about what that experience has been like.
So it's great. So, all the companies I worked at before were what you would refer to as CLECs, meaning competitive local exchange carriers, which is just a fancy way of saying that they compete against the ILEC, the incumbent provider. So ultimately, all of the pricing for a CLEC, a massive chunk of that monthly cost is really just to lease out that circuit to be able to provide that bandwidth. In our case, we don't have to lease out those lines because it's our network. So as a result, our challenge is more on the front end in terms of building out the construction. But once we've built out to that customer, we have a lot of healthy margin in the deal. We're in business to make money. We're happy to say that we're doing well. And we're going places. And so for us, it really just represents more control. And so as an employee, it's exciting to be able to see that growth and know that what we want to do over the network is kind of more up to us and not dictated by whoever the incumbent provider might be.
Well, for folks who are interested in getting more information about Charter Business, how can they reach you?
Well, they can definitely reach me directly should they need to talk to me. Should I rattle off my number?
Sure, yeah.
636-387-6477. In short, I'd be happy to get them tied in with a local sales representative, somebody that can come out, meet with them face-to-face, get a good understanding as far as what they need in terms of their business needs.
Sure.
And then we would line them up with a local representative. And I think that's something else that we can bring to the table, that we have a team of local people. And it's funny, I was just walking through the expo earlier, and somebody said, well, we've heard so bad things on your residential side. Why should we give you an opportunity on the business side? And I said, well, it's apples and oranges difference. On the residential side, there's a lot of things that are outsourced. There's a lot of things outside of our control. But on the business side, we keep it all local. All of our domestic support is, frankly, it's in Louisville. No language barriers, things like that.
Right.
And all the support from a technical perspective is all local too. So, welcome the opportunity to help any businesses.
Fantastic. We're here today with Gandhi Ramsaroop from Charter Business. Thank you very much, Gandhi.
Thank you.